Switch between Cinemachine cameras. Also, how you can shake your Cinemachine cameras, similar to this one. So let's get to it. So this is our starting scene. First, click on your virtual camera, then go to noise, choose basic, then on noise profile, go like 60 shake, wobble, and there is a lot of presets. In my case, I'll be using 60 wobble. Let me show you how it looks. If you play this game right now, you see our screen is shaking. We can manipulate this shake amount from this value, like amplitude gain. Okay, shaking too much, and if you go to 0, no shaking. Right click, go to create subscript and name script called camera manager. Add this script to the object on the scene. Now open the script. Let's fix the namespace, then delete the default methods. We need to take reference for our virtual camera. So Cinemachine virtual camera. Let's change the machine. Now let's add our Cinemachine camera to the script. For accessing this value, we need a special component in Cinemachine, which is called private Cinemachine basic multi-channel purlin. Let's call it purlin. Now on start, we are going to Cinemachine virtual camera dot get Cinemachine component purlin. Now I want to show you guys a small shake and a big shake. For that, I'm going to create two methods called public void camera big shake, another one called public void camera small shake. And we need some variables for it. So first, public float big shake magnitude and big shake duration. Also give a header, call it big shake, and copy this and paste small shake, replace big with small. Now we need to code our big shake, right? So first we need to channel purnil dot noise magnitude gain equal to big shake magnitude. Then we have to reset our noise value after big shake duration, right? For that I'm going to use a coroutine private enumerator reset noise o yield return new wait for seconds, and I'm going to use this coroutine for both of these methods. So I'm going to take a variable called wait time, and we were going to wait for this amount. Then we are going to reset value private void reset noise. copy this line of code and 0f. We're going to call it from here, start coroutine, reset noise, go, and at the wait time I'm going to give big shake duration. Also we need to call this method after waiting. So similarly we're going to copy this two line of code and paste it here. We're going to small shake duration and small shake duration, sorry, here should be small shake magnitude. Yeah. Right now our system should work. For testing purposes I'm going to create an update function, and like if input dot get key down, if a space give me a big shake, copy this line, and if we press S we're going to camera small shake. Now we have to give value like say 2, and we are going to big shake for half a second, and for small shake let's say 0.5, like duration 0.2. Now if we play our game and press space, big shake, and if you press S, so yeah, it's a small shake. So our system is working, but one thing I noticed for the big shake, our shake just snaps. It goes from 2 to 0 instantly. I don't like it. Okay, so what we can do, we can gradually decrease our magnitude to 0. For that I'm going to use a DoTween, and if you don't know what DoTween is, it's just a tweening package. I will add this package link on video description so you can follow along. And let's do tween, should become here. Yeah, so let's import it, then open DoTween control panel, then set up DoTween, wait for it to compile, apply. Now if you go to our reset noise, here I'm going to use DoTween .2 to lambda expression, and we're going to this one here, then we're going to take an x variable here, our target value is 0f, and we are going to decrease our value within like let's say 1 second. Yeah, so delete this line of code. Now if we now do big shake, so yeah, so our shaking is not snapping anymore. Okay, so our shake system is looking good. So now, as you saw on the video, I had some explosive on the scene, so I already made the explosives, so let's enable them. Every explosive has like a box collider and its trigger, also a explosive manager on a script. Also I have a boolean called is small, so my aim is to make our the big explosive box will give you big shake and the small one small shake. So let's uncomment this line of code. You can see I have an error, that because I didn't declare it. So return a public static camera manager dot instance, yeah, and we are going to instance equal to this. Now okay, we have to copy camera big shake, camera small shake. So now also on our camera manager, just remove the update method, that because we don't need it anymore. Now if we go big shake, oh, I think I messed up here. Explosive manager, small, okay. So right now it should work properly. So if I go big shake, small ones, big. So that's it's easy with Cinemachine. Okay, now I wanted to show you another thing, how you can transition between your cameras on Cinemachine. For that, let's duplicate this camera and let's call it start camera. Also remove the noise because we don't need, also we don't need the follow. Let's give our camera with another rotation. I just wanted to show you guys how you can easily switch between cameras with Cinemachine. So our follow camera has a priority of 10 and start camera also 10. Now if you increase our start camera priority, like now it's not showing, but if you reduce the priority, you see our camera is changing. So you can use this method, I mean dynamically changing the priority, but in my case I just do this way. Just go to let's say start camera, assign our start camera here, Cinemachine camera manager, start camera, assign here, and so I'm going to get another method called by switch to follow camera. In my case I just do start camera dot game object dot set defaults, and Cinemachine handles the transition on its own. Okay, it's really useful. So I'm going to switch between follow camera, let's say invoke name of switch to follow camera. It's after 2 seconds. Now you will see how transition works. So this is our start camera. After 2 seconds, you see the transition is really smooth. You can also change the transition duration here. Go to your main camera, then come down here. This should be your default settings without this one. So there is update method, also blending options like hard, linear, countdown. Let's say you don't want any kind of transition, so you can directly cut out to the follow camera here, you see, but it's not, doesn't look good. Also you can customize it a lot, that because these settings are global settings, but you want specifically, like say you have 2 or 3 or like 4-5 cameras and you want to dictate how your camera should transition from one to another. In that case, just go to create asset and click on it, and let's say we want to go from our start camera to follow camera with like 5 seconds. Now you can see our global setting is 0.5, but here is 5, right? So this one will override these settings, so it will give you much more control over transitions and how since your camera switch between one to another. Okay, so this is for today, guys. If you have any question or need further assistance, please feel free to leave a comment below. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching.